Hi, welcome to our video on Deck Drain Janitor, a simple, easy way to clean out your plugged up deck drains on your pool patio. I had this pool put in on the house about 10 years ago, and the builders did a great job on the pool. One of the things they did when they built the pool was they installed deck drains between the house and the pool so that any rainwater or pool water runs off the deck drains and away from the house. And they worked really great until about 5 years after the pool was installed. The deck drains started to plug up with dirt, sand, and actually had plants growing in there at one time. So we have a product that will help you clean out your deck drains, and it's reusable and replaceable, and we're going to talk to you about it today. It's called the Deck Drain Janitor, and Deck Drain Janitor is a small piece of plastic that you install on top of the deck drains, so you can put a hose in there and flush the water out in either direction. It comes in a package with our label on it, the Deck Drain Janitor, and inside the package you have the installation directions on the back. It also has a link to our website, so you can check out the actual video on the website. It also has figures and diagrams, so you can see what it is they're referencing in the instructions. Also in your kit you have a paper template, and you'll have 2 deck drain janitors. And we're going to show you how to install these today. When the builder installs your deck drains, this is the entire width of it, which all you see is the top section here that's flush with your concrete patio. So to install your deck drain janitor, you want to take your template and line it up in the center of where you want it installed. So you can see here I've got some plastic on this side and an equal amount on this side before I get to the slot. And we're going to line it up side by side right in the center of the deck drain as well. To secure it in place, you just need a small piece of tape. A little Scotch tape is fine. And here, trying to make sure that it's in the center. Then you take a black Sharpie. You could use a pencil. I like the Sharpies because it's easier to see the lines. Trace your template all the way around. Then you want to pull the tape off of the template. Then hold your template back in place again, because you can see where your lines were missed because the tape was in place. And just fill those spots in. The next step is to cut out this square area with a Dremel tool. That works best. I use a 1.5 inch metal cutting blade on the Dremel tool, because it's got a good diameter. It's easy to get down there and cut it out squarely. You want to start in one corner, cut all the way around, just on the inside of your line. And you want to be sure to square up the corners really well, because that's what helps hold your deck drain janitor in place once you install it. So here we go. We'll get started on this. And be sure to wear safety glasses, a dust mask, and keep your fingers free and clear of the moving edge here. Okay. After you cut those pieces out, you can either reach in with your fingers pull them out of your deck drain, or you can use a pair of needle nose pliers to help you. That seems to work better because it's such a deep hole. Now after you cut that with the Dremel tool, you'll want to do two things. One is take a small file, go into the corners, and make sure that your corners are square. There's a little bit of material left there I didn't quite get with the Dremel tool, so this helps clean it up. And remember, you always want to cut it just inside those lines. It's okay if it's a little bit tight to start out with. You can always go back and remove more material if you need to, but you can't add it back once you cut it out. Now that we've got the ends, the four corners squared up, what you want to do is take a piece of sandpaper and sand the burrs off the edges to kind of round off these corners a little bit. The reason is when you cut it with the Dremel tool, it creates a slight material buildup on there. You want this perfectly flush because that affects how well your deck drain janitor will fit. If you've got burrs along here and it's going to sit high on top of that, then that's not what you want. So then we'll take the sandpaper and round out the edges a little bit. Okay, then run your finger all along there, and if you can feel or see any more burrs, like I see some right here, you can go back, touch it up again. Okay, and now you're ready for the simple part, installing your deck drain janitor. And now when you look at the deck drain janitors, there's small areas on both sides that hook onto the material on the deck drain. That's why you want to be sure this is flat all the way around. So you take your deck drain janitor, the one tongue end, you slide it into place, wiggle it on there, then you slightly lift it in the center while you're pushing down on the opposite end, and then release it, and it pops right into place. There you go. That's all there is to it. In order to remove this, to flush out your deck drains, you lift it slightly in the center, push one end out, and it'll pop up, and then wiggle it out from the other side. At this point you can take a hose, your garden hose, stick it inside your deck drain, slide it in with the water on full pressure, and it'll flush your deck drains right out, and we'll show that in a different video. When you're done flushing it in one direction, you pull the hose out, insert it in the other direction, and you can flush it out that way. What that does is it gives you about 24 feet of area that you can flush out with one single deck drain janitor. Now we include two in a package because we recommend that you put one of these at every intersection, every joint of the deck drain itself where the builders have butted them together. That gives you have to put it close because that'll give you the ability to flush in two directions. Normally the builders put a piece of PVC pipe in between the two sections to keep the tops at the same level so there's not a ridge, high or low one. So you need to have your deck drain janitor close to that joint so you can feed your hose through that little piece of PVC pipe. And that's how simple it is to install, and thank you for watching.